So I had a thought yesterday and I thought to myself, maybe we should build a V12 for today's video. So that's what we're doing. We're building a 3-liter V12 starting with the bottom end, which will consist of a mixture between billet steel ports and forged heavy ports with a quality starter that's plus 15. Moving on to turbochargers, we'll be using the twin turbo setup with the variable geometry turbo housing. For fueling, we'll be using the direct injection with nitromethane as our preferred fuel type, as well as a couple other goodies like the tubular race header and no cats, no mufflers, because we don't need any of that. This is a race engine. Now I am going to increase the exhaust size a little bit just to anticipate our much needed very high RPM, because as you can see here, this thing can rev out to 15,100 RPM. Now of course we can only rev it to 12,000, so that's where I'm messing with it at 11.5, because it's a good place to stop. So we're just going to quickly switch over to our twin scroll setup, so that makes it a lot easier for us to make power. Speaking of horsepower, we're going to be trying to push for a 4,500 to about 5,000 horsepower. I think that's a good place for us to stop, and also that would make a lot more sense than anything more. So we're going to add a lot of boost, so I think we're going to leave it probably at almost 2 bar, and then we're going to move to our rest of our top end, because the top end at the end of the day is really the limiter, and also the bottom end if you're really pushing hard. But for our application, we are nowhere near the exceeding torque limits for this engine, so that's why we're just going to mess with RPM later on, hopefully. Let's see how it goes. So 3,600 horsepower, we are getting pretty up there in horsepower, but we're still 45% reliable. I'm pretty happy about that. And it made that horsepower pretty darn easily. Yes, it's on 2.6 bar boost, which is quite a lot, but you know, diesels run a lot more. This is not a diesel, but still. This diesel physics still apply here. A lot of boost makes a whole lot of power, if there's a fuel system to support it. So I'm liking where this is going, almost at 4,000, so that's pretty good. Well, we're just over it. So let's see if we add a little more spring and lift tension, what that would do. It looks like it's helping big time. We're going to lower compression a little bit to where it does not make more power, so I think it's around there. So 8.9 to 1 compression ratio is pretty darn good. 4,400 horsepower, okay. So what I can change, probably going to be the back to exhaust. Make that ginormous so it flows a lot better. So we're going to go back to the turbo and increase our compression size. Why not making more power? That's interesting. If we increase the header size, okay, there we made a little more horsepower. That's good. Okay. So this could get real tricky really quickly if that AR ratio starts, yep, there we go, stop messing around. And also I've got a feeling the compressor is also going to start doing that. Yeah, that does not help. So this is why I keep it on the twin scroll manifold, twin scroll housing, because otherwise it just explodes. So 4,500 horsepower, okay, cool. Let's go a little bit less compression. It helps a little more, so I think 8.4 to 1 is good. Let's do spring and lift tension a little more, so at 4,600 horsepower. Add more boost, okay, 7, okay, can we get 8? Come on. I believe we can. There we go. Almost there, perfect. So this engine is probably going to be tippy top horsepower is gonna be way up here at 11.5, 11.4 RPM, so there's no real hope for that. So I'm probably gonna push a little more until I see something change, but I don't think much is gonna change. So I think we should probably leave it right around here for compression, just so the engine does not explode like it's trying to do here. So I think a little more boost would be fine. Actually, more exhaust size would be fine. Not too much though. Don't want this engine to explode properly. You can't go higher than the RPM. So let's do some of this a little bit. Let's see, a little more. perform? No. Little less compression? No. Okay. So you can't really measure that too much. As well as fueling, that's interesting. I've not had that in a while, that fueling does affect a lot, which I know, but I don't really mess with it too much. So I think I'm gonna leave the engine here. So we're gonna do 2 down runs, look at that beautiful V12. One looking at the engine, one looking at the graph. So let's see what this thing sounds like. Hope it's good. It's just something about the V12 that just makes it so much better to listen to. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and if you stayed to this part of the video, do consider to hit that subscribe button because I have a feeling you would love it around here. But anyways guys, that's all from me for today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.